basically what it looks like is like a lot of creators have hopped on, but they haven't like begun to port over their communities.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
the reason for not porting over their communities is like twofold. First, like the platform isn't like seen as legitimate enough right now for them to feel comfortable with doing so. And second, like they don't have like meaningful creator tools to interact with the mass audience, and everything is done right now very manually. So,
Yep.
like for example, like mass actions like buying some tokens in all of your followers, or like mass actions like DMing a lot of people, or like unfollowing a bunch of people or following a bunch of people that followed you, or things like that are like not even possible, but kind of necessary for big brands to interact with their social media profiles. And yeah, we've seen people like Gareth Emery, a very famous DJ. He was super into DeFi. He comes onto the platform, and his mindset as a celebrity within this environment is, I'm not going to put over my whole following, but I'm going to drop my thoughts on this ecosystem, this space, what I think about it, and maybe what would make me feel comfortable with porting over my audience and what state this platform is going to have to be in. And I think that like user feedback like that is definitely like the most valuable thing that can come out of this form of launch that's happening really quickly. But the second these influencers feel confident with porting over their followings, like I speculate that the amount of followers that the influencers on BitClout have right now, is probably in like the hundreds of millions, if in aggregate. And even if some meaningful percentage of those ports over, the amount of users that we have on the platform is going to,
Yeah.
10, 20,
And
30x.
yeah. It's actually crazy. I was watching or listening to a Clubhouse talk with Chamat, and he said that he made an account, he verified it, but the reason he's not interacting is like it's just too early. He's watching, waiting, and watching how it's going, and he's kind of gonna, so he's not like he's letting the community form and letting all these things happen naturally before he kind of gets in. Um, Sorry, go ahead. Were you saying something?
Yeah, no, I was just I totally like agree with like his stance on this kind of thing, and like Naval, and like everyone who was is really excited about this like on the inside, but like obviously like they don't have much to gain from being
Yeah.
the first adopters of a platform like this, and from their perspective, it's for sure safer to just like wait on the sidelines. And what, if this thing is a smashing success and turns into like a meaningful utility that's necessary in like everyday lives, then of course they're going to hop in, but at the same time, like it's okay if they don't as well.
Yeah, and Naval also said, I remember him saying that he's like basically he's like I'm at this point I am like I people look up to me a lot of times, right? So like if I join and I give my vote of confidence, basically people start buying and stuff like that, and I'm not sure where it's going right now, and I don't want to sway people in one direction, and then and it makes complete sense, the sense of responsibility for him as well, right?
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure. Like I think in his world he would call it like signaling. Yeah, he
okay,
probably doesn't want to send any signal either way.
yeah,
And yeah, like it makes a lot of sense. So like Naval, like, or Chamath, like being very explicit about loving the platform would cause their followings of people who are speculating, like early adopters, and like hold their word as truth to come over, and the last thing that they would want to do is cause harm or liability to their following. So I totally understand their view, and anyone using the platform should be doing so understanding that any money you put in, you're probably going to lose. There's no off ramps. Like this was literally just like a 7-page white paper that turned into like something that looks like Twitter, and that now you can like buy or sell things in. So yeah, I think everyone should just understand that we're in the very early stages of whatever this is going to be.